Preseason camp's officially done, which I know the kids are excited about that. You know, it's an exciting time of the year when we start preseason camp, but you know, after 3 weeks, you know, they're tired of each other as far as, you know, that being who they face, and they're ready to face another opponent. So, you know, I think a successful camp from the standpoint of, I think we know, you know, what we have, where we are. I think we've seen the places that are our strengths, and I think, you know, everybody's excited about moving on to our opening opponent. So, good day today. No serious injuries or anything like that. So should be going into Appalachian State prep, you know, with a full roster. So, and that was like, again, I said it, you know, on the air there right after the scrimmage. That was my biggest concern going into today, was just make sure we came out healthy. 12 days out from game day. So, questions?
Coach, I know you said you wanted to see a lot of the kicking and maybe some of the backup quarterbacks perform. What were your overall thoughts on that? Those two things in the scrimmage.
Well, I think, you know, the kicking game, I've been pleased with our specialists overall throughout the preseason camp, and I think you saw today, you saw some really good stuff from those guys. You know, the backup quarterback, we've got to figure out who it is. And, you know, right now we're waiting on somebody to really take firm control. I mean, I think Mason's done some really good things. Some of the other guys have done some really good things, but you know, I think that you saw today, we have a really good starter, and we really need to bring whoever number 2 is along.
Kind of going on that, with the kicker, Leif had a couple opportunities to kick off and got
Right.
in the end zone, and Owen made a field goal. Is there a chance you could have one doing one and another one doing that?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to travel at least 2 kickers. So, you know, ideally you'd want maybe to share duties. You know, there's a lot that goes into that kickoff specialist, more than people think. I mean, it's placement of the ball, it's hang time, it's, you know, being able to kick the ball accurately with whatever the call is for the kickoff team. But I think that, you know, Leif certainly has demonstrated in camp he's got a very strong leg and a lot of potential. But, you know, I think Owen has just been a guy that's been very, very steady. So we'll see how all that kind of plays out. You know, we want to kind of finish looking at the tape. I'm only, you know, just a third of the way through it right now, and just really sit down and discuss with our staff before we make final decisions.
Coach, you're several weeks into this now. Can you address the progress overall of the offensive line?
Well, I mean, I think you know, you saw today our first group. I think is very solid. Yeah, I think we have a couple of guys that are in that second group that you know, I consider them to be starters also. So I think, you know, compared to where we have been, you know, the last couple of seasons at this point, I think we're in a much better place depth-wise. We're in a much better place overall talent-wise. So you know, they face a lot going against our defense because our defense is so multiple, and so I think that's a good thing as far as their preparation, because, you know, they've had to, you know, block against a lot of different looks.
Hey, Coach, you got a lot of returning players from last year, a lot of experience. How's that coordinate, or how's that kind of come into your team culture this year? How are you guys really getting along in camp?
Well, I think you know, that's something that's certainly a strength. You know, the guys, we have a very positive culture in the locker room. You know, I think anybody that's been around one of our team meetings, you know, before I come in there, that's you know, it's a real positive vibe from everything. It's a group that, you know, they take pride in the way they play on the field. They take pride in the way they carry themselves around campus. And we have new players come in. Rob Vandelin came in this summer, and he just commented to the coaches just how welcoming our locker room was, and just, you know, how everybody tried to work to make him feel like he was a part of them almost immediately. And so I think that really speaks to just, you know, kind of the culture and character of that roster. So I do think that's a strength of the program.
Coach, Macy O'Donnell placed on scholarship at the end of the scrimmage. Just take us through that moment and reaction.
Well, just, you know, he is a guy that's, you know, he was here when I got here, and he works so hard. He wears so many different hats for us. He's going to be on the 4 core special teams. He has taken a lot of snaps at tailback this fall. With Sneed and Josiah sideline today, he took a lot of snaps from the slot, so he's a very versatile guy. And he's a loyal core guy too. Strong character. Already has his undergraduate degree. Very popular in the locker room, and so Coach Kirkpatrick and I made the decision that he had earned that, and so I wanted to do it in a way that was special for him. And so we did it at the end of the scrimmage to where all his teammates are around there with him. And, all it took was the mention of that. And you saw the reaction. He was in the stadium, saw the reaction of his teammates. I think that says a lot about him and how everybody feels about him. I think it also says a lot about just that group right there and how much they care about each other. So really proud of him. He's just an outstanding young man, great representative of our university.
Coach, dovetailing on that, ECU does have a notable history with walk-ons. What has ECU done to give walk-ons a chance, given the roster limits, given the waiver that the NCAA had?
Well, this is the biggest roster we've carried into the season. There's lots of issues that go along with that nobody else has to deal with other than John Gilbert and the administration and myself. It's Title IX within the athletic department really limits some things. So, I think that's the frustrating thing about the NCAA, just, kind of throwing that blanket waiver out there. And, now the institutions are left to kind of work through how to make it work. But, within our programs, wherever I've been, it has always been an opportunity where, you earn what you get, So, you come here as a walk-on, Elijah Morris, Tyler Sneed, now Macy O'Donnell. You come here as a walk-on and you go out there and you perform on the field, you'll be rewarded. And I tell the kids, I could care less. I don't care what your name is. I don't care what you look like. I don't care where you're from. I don't care if you're a scholarship, walk-on. I don't care. The best.
The overall work that's been put in and designed for moving the program forward, and how you expect the adjustments to pay off this year?
Well, I think that you look overall where we are today compared to where we stood at this point in 2019, and we have a very stable program. We have a stable roster that's healthy. And what I mean by that is you have depth at every position across the board. You have young talent at every position across the board. You have you're at your numbers scholarship-wise. You're at your numbers roster-wise. You have a positive culture in the locker room. You have a stable staff, both on the field coaching staff and support staff, and you have talent on the field. There were just so many holes and gaps and lapses and things like that when we got here. It's been very, very hard to fix, and it's been painful going through that. But you sit here today and you have a healthy young roster that is only going to improve every single day they're here as a result of getting bigger, faster, stronger, and more experienced. So that's why I say, repeatedly, I really like this bunch. We're very close, and I believe in them, and I can't wait to watch them compete this fall.
Hey, Coach. Looking at the past several years, this is the first time that we've had continuity on the defensive side of the ball at the coordinator position. Can you tell us a little bit about how you see that helping us move forward?
I think anybody that watched the scrimmage today could see it. It's night and day. One, we run very well. But two, all those guys in that field have experience, and they have experience in the schemes being run with the coaches that are calling the plays. You have continuity on the coaching staff. All of us have worked together for a while. Tim and Steve, have been with us everywhere we've been, but they've adapted very well, to our core group in there. And there's no hesitation in the way they play. They play fast. You look at the way those linebackers trigger, and you look at the way, there's no hesitation when it comes to contact. You look at the way the safeties tackle, the way the corners cover. It's just they have confidence in themselves. They have confidence in the scheme. They have confidence in the mentality, and it's consistent. It's consistent consistency with everything across the board on that side of the ball, and that's why I'm really excited to see them play. I mean, I think that you're going to see a much improved group.
With Tyler Snead, I know we're not in game week yet, but the red jersey, I mean,
Yeah.
we have a plan, I'm assuming, by App State. Is there any concerns of him health-wise, or are you okay?
No, I mean, he could have went today. It was more me than it was the athletic training staff. I know what Tyler Snead can do. There's no point in putting him out there today for contact when he hadn't had contact this week, so he'll be full go on Monday. Anything else? Okay, thanks a lot.
What's up, Pirate Nation? East Carolina football is almost here, and we can't wait to get back to a packed and rowdy Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. The Pirates' 6-game home schedule features SEC foe South Carolina and last year's champion of the American, the Cincinnati Bearcats. Maybe you haven't secured your season tickets, or you'd like a couple more. The Sports Objective season ticket giveaway will ensure that some lucky fan will have 2 tickets to every home game this season. If you're watching this video, you're already on our YouTube channel, so to enter the contest, simply click subscribe. Then after clicking subscribe, screenshot the page showing you've done so, and email that screenshot as well as your first and last name and phone number to thesportsobj@gmail.com. Again, screenshot the page showing you subscribed, then send that as well as your first and last name and phone number to thesportsobj@gmail.com. Do this between now and 11:59 p.m. on Monday, August the 30th, and you'll have a chance to win. The winner will be announced on the evening of Tuesday, August 31st on our Pirate Preview for the App State game. That show will be able to be seen live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and the winner will also be posted on all of our social media accounts. Be sure to follow us on social media at the Sports OBJ on Twitter and TikTok, at the Sports Objective on Instagram, plus like and follow our Facebook page. As always, we appreciate your support of the Sports Objective. Be sure to stay tuned for other promotions and excellent content throughout the 2021 football season.